Hi love! So today I'm going to do the very requested affordable makeup items for beginners or affordable makeup products. So what I'm going to do for this video is show you affordable makeup products that you can add to your makeup kit as a beginner or as someone who wants to just stay with the basics of makeup. Honestly, it's not that important to have a primer in your makeup kit. So long as your skin is moisturized, okay na yun. So just make sure na you're using a good moisturizer and you're prepping your skin with skincare before you do your makeup. That should be good to go. But if you do want primer, I have two options for you. The more affordable one is this blurmax by Focallure. This is a silicone-based primer, so it's very pore filling. It kind of mattifies your skin while you use it, and I do notice a slight difference with regards to the texture of my skin kapag ginagamit ko to. It's a good primer if you're oily rin. Tsaka if you have textured skin, medyo makakatulong to. And then the other option that I have is this Sheglam Birthday Skin Primer. Medyo pore filling siya. It's more moisturizing than pore filling. So, ayun, maganda siya for that purpose. Medyo mas mahal to. I think this is around 200 something. But yeah, for this look, I really prefer the Birthday Skin rather than the Blurmax one. So ito na lang gagamitin ko and I'll be right back. So ayan, this is my skin after the Birthday Skin Primer. It's very smooth. Ramdam ko na na-fill in niya yung pores. Personally, I do my brows before I do my foundation, so I'm going straight to the eyebrow recommendations. And for beginners, I do highly recommend that you start off with pencils, eyebrow pencils, before you go into pomades, ganyan. Kasi medyo mas mahirap silang i-control. So, ayun. For eyebrow pencils, I have 4 affordable recommendations. The first one is by O2O, Precise Brow Definer. It has 2 ends. May spoolie siya, tapos meron dito yung eyebrow pencil. And I really like this because if you can see that, ayan o, sobrang liit lang nung tip. If I try to do hair-like strokes, ayan, gagana siya. Next, let's move on to this Hanru Bling Eyebrow Pencil. Parang O2O lang siya. Medyo mas mura siya sa O2O. Same thing na, na maganda siya for drawing. Medyo mas pigmented to, honestly. Next naman, another brow pencil. This is by Minimelli. And this has a triangle applicator. The triangle tip makes it really easy para i-drawing yung eyebrow shape na gusto mo. Tsaka madali lang rin siyang i-fill in kasi nga malaki yung applicator. And this also has a spoolie like the rest of the other ones. Last, probably the most expensive, I guess. I think this is the most expensive sa lahat ng eyebrow pencils. This is the Caroline Best Brow Liner in Taupe. Ito naman, oblong yung applicator niya. Mas uniform yung shape niya when you're doing your brows. The shape makes it really easy to still be able to draw on precise lines and then filling it in. Also, maganda yung texture niya. Hindi siya yung sobrang soft. Unlike this Hanru one. Pigmented siya pero soft kasi, so madaling maputol. Ito naman very sturdy and still may pigment naman na nilalabas. So for brows, I'm going to go in with this Caroline Best Brow Liner. Next, for affordable foundation recommendations, of course, you need to have a foundation or base product in your makeup kit. Yung mga mai-recommend ko lang sa inyo today is very high coverage foundation for oily skin. Kasi yun lang yung meron sa akin. But anyway, siguro let's start with the most sheer. The foundation that I can recommend for beginners is Maybelline Fit Me. Super light lang niya, matte siya. They have many shades. Kung pumunta kayo sa SM, any department store really that has Maybelline available, most likely they will have a wide range or slightly wide range of foundation shades for you. So this is good for my morena girlies out there. But if you're not satisfied with the coverage of the Fit Me kasi medyo sheer nga siya, Maybelline also has the Superstay 24-hour full coverage foundation. This is very good. Manipis lang siya, matagal ang wear time, and it actually dries down matte. Tapos yung coverage neto, grabe. Chef's kiss. Another foundation that I can also recommend is the bilenda All Day Liquid Foundation. Ito parang Superstay lang siya. The thing with this is that very limited lang rin yung shade range na available sa foundation na to. So, ayun. Pero maganda siya. It performs just like this Maybelline Fit Me. Pero ito, mas mura. Ayan, I like this. Maganda rin yung long wear niya. I don't think it dries down matte. Pero as in, pag nilagyan mo to ng loose powder, super ganda niya. Next naman, for Chinese brands, I will always rave about this covermax by focallure. They have 20 shades available in their shop. So, immediately for morena girlies, that's a big plus. Medyo okay lang rin yung long wear time niya. The thing with this is that it does feel a little bit thick. Kung ipag-compare ko siguro sila parehas, ito mas komportable siya. Affordable siya, tsaka hindi ka manghihinayang sa coverage nito. So, ayun nga, it truly is a bang for your buck. Kasi, napakaganda ng quality nito. Tsaka marami siyang shades. That's, I think, the most important part. Lastly, the most affordable foundation recommendation that I can give you guys is this Focallure Staymax foundation. Nakita nyo nang ginagamit ko to. Maganda rin yung coverage niya, honestly. Tsaka, compared to the covermax, mas maganda yung wear time neto. Tsaka, mas comfortable rin. And if you're light, if you're really pale, and you're looking for a good, comfortable, high coverage foundation, try this one out. Out of all of these foundations, I'm going to go in with the bilenda All Day Liquid Foundation. So, for concealer, I have 3 absolute recommendations. Actually, I want to include the Vice Ganda Cosmetics here. Maganda siya for everyday kasi medium coverage lang siya. Pero kasi yung problema nun sa akin, personally, hindi kasi siya nalalayer. So, I'm going to start off with O2O's Invisible Cover Foundation. I have mine in HC03. Ito super ganda. Like, if you can see it, sobrang fancy ng packaging niya. Tapos, meron siyang parang doe foot applicator. Super laki. It fits right in the corner of the eyes. Super dali lang niya. Hindi siya masyado nagmamat. Actually, medyo glossy nga yung finish niya. Ayun, I still like this kasi sineset ko naman siya with a loose powder. For the packaging, the coverage too, my god, sobrang ganda. I think limited lang rin yung shade options nito. Ayun, yun lang yung downside niya. Next naman, ito super ganda niya kasi wala siyang iniiwan na parang gray streaks. Pero yun nga, super sheer lang siya. Kapag hindi naman masyado maitim yung under eyes mo and gusto mo lang ng a little bit of brightening effect, I would go for this one kasi hindi rin siya mabigat. Next naman, I will never stop raving about this. This is the Key Best Matte Concealer. Ito talaga nag-dry down matte. Tsaka, ang maganda dito, nalilayer mo siya. And for me, personally, I like this and this is my favorite concealer kasi yellow na yellow siya. Like, as in, walang bahid ng pagka-gray yung under eyes ko when I use this. Talagang, it gives you a very flawless look. So, naturally, for this look, I'm going to go in with this one because this is my favorite. So, tada! So, ayan na. I also cleaned up my brows using the O2O HC03 concealer. Pero, now, for loose powder, you can really use anything. Alam kong may mga ibang taong gumagamit pa ng baby powder and it works just well. Anything really that has talc in it. Pero personally, for me, an affordable makeup find that I really like is this O2O powder. They only offer 2 shades. Yung isa is yung stark white, as in yung plain ivory white na color. And this one has, as you can see, more yellow tones in it. hindi naman nakaka-bother yung pagiging yellow niya. Actually, it really helps kasi it avoids giving you that like super bright under eyes. I've been liking the natural glam look that this is giving. This really is the only powder, affordable powder in the list that I can recommend. But honestly, just go on Shopee, find any loose powder from any established brand like Como, Key Best, focallure. They all have loose powders. Pero for my warm skin tone girlies, if you're like me, if you're in my skin tone or even a bit darker, this is going to work wonders for your makeup look kasi ang ganda talaga nung pagka-yellow niya. I have ignored the other loose powders in my collection since I got this kasi super ganda niya. As in, ganun siya kaganda. I'm going to use this one to set my under eyes and the rest of my face that are oily, and I'll be right back. Next, we are going to go in with eyeshadow. And for eyeshadow, I really have a lot of recommendations for beginners. So for beginners who are trying to build their makeup kit, I have 5 palettes that I can recommend to you guys from 3 different brands. The first one is by Mavic. I tried this one out recently. It's a super good palette in terms of the packaging, of the pigment. The mattes are really pigmented. The shimmers as well, super good. And they actually have 9 different variations of this. They have completely matte ones. They have a more reddish palette. Based on the performance of this palette, I think the performance of the other palettes will also be good. So yeah, this is good. And I think it's around 150 plus. The next 2 palettes that I can recommend are from Squad Cosmetics. This is their Neutral Squad eyeshadow palette. It has 9 different shades and it has 6 mattes, 3 shimmers. For beginners, this is a super affordable makeup palette kasi sakto lang yung pigment niya. Like, ito yung kind ng palette na mapaglalaroan mo lahat ng colors. It has a berry shade, ganyan. So, you can try to spice up your look if you want to add a little bit more color. And I also have this smaller palette by Squad. This is their Squad Nude eyeshadow palette. Mas maliit siya kaysa dun sa una. It has brown tones, 4 shimmers, 5 mattes. Nireview ko na to, tapos sinabi ko sa kanila na this is a beginner-friendly brand. Hindi siya nabibuild up. That doesn't necessarily mean na it's bad. Like, for beginners, ganyan, yung nagtatry lang how to do makeup looks, the palettes from Squad are going to be super, super good for you. So, ayan, it's a super good item to start off your makeup kit. And then next, lastly, this is the eyeshadow palette that I will recommend to anyone, pero especially for beginners. This is the Key Best Planets eyeshadow palette. It has 15 colors and the shades are very pigmented. Tapos paiba-iba ng amounts ng shimmers tsaka mattes kada palette. Tapos ito may glitter pa siyang kasama. Ayan o. This one is more yellow based. Tapos may mga mattes siya. Mas marami siyang shimmers actually. Pero, ayun, still, it's a very neutral palette. You can definitely work with this. Pero if you're looking for more mattes lang siguro, kapag may mga shimmer palettes ka na and you're looking for good mattes, this is the Saturn palette by Key Best. Ito naman, super, super ganda niya. As in, mga neutral tones lang. Ayan o, may mga neutral brown, neutral to coolish browns kasi yung dating sa akin ng palette na to. May mga dark shades dito. You also have pinks and oranges if you want to like play around with the colors. But mostly, it's more browns. So, definitely beginner friendly. Ayun siya, if you just want to play with matte shades, this is definitely a good palette. So for this look, I'm going to go for a combination of these palettes. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so ito na yung eyes done. Yung shimmers mostly ginamit ko from the Venus palette kasi super ganda na shimmers nila, super creamy, super pigmented, napaka-metallic. Tapos yung mga mattes for the eyes ginamit ko gamit ng Saturn palette from Key Best din. Now let's move on to the eyeliner, and I have 4 recommendations from 4 different brands. First one is by Novo. Ito, favorite ko talaga. I think if you're a beginner and if you're looking for affordable eyeliners, ito, maganda to. It has a felt tip eyeliner. Very kontrolado yung amount na ilalabas niyang ink. Hindi nagbi-bleed. Super pigmented, super black. Next, I have this Focallure Super Fine Liquid Eyeliner. Ito yung problem ko lang dito. As in, super black siya. Medyo may pagka-metallic. Medyo shiny yung labas ng ink. Pero ito talagang pigmented, as in black kong black. Pero yung problema lang dito is that sometimes parang lumalabas yung excess na ink sa side, so it kind of makes a mess sometimes. This is a recent purchase. This is by Shishi. I think in terms of formulation, medyo mas similar sila nung Novo. 69 pesos ata to, so like 20 pesos cheaper than when I got the Novo one. Pero ang ganda kasi nung brown na shade neto. Compared to the brown shade of the Novo one, ito mas lighter, medyo mas may pagka-warm siya, ganon. I think it's perfect for drawing on like the lower lashes. Kaya, yun, kaya ako siya binili. Next naman, itong Mini Melly. Again, maganda siya. Pero this one, unlike these three, ito sponge tip applicator siya. So, ayun, parang medyo mas mahirap gumawa ng tip. Kailangan naka-base siya sa pressure ng hand. For this look, I really want to go with a brown one. So, I'm going in with the Shishi Pretty Eyes eyeliner pen. I'm going to next move on to mascara. And for mascara, I have 3 recommendations from 3 different brands. The first one is by Keybest. Ito, maganda siya. It works better though if you have long lashes. It definitely, parang mas pinapaitim niya yung lashes mo. It also lengthens it a little. Pero as someone who has like straight lashes that go straight down, hindi to maganda. Like, it doesn't hold up the curl very well. Next, itong Staymax mascara from Focallure. Ito naman, mas maganda yung hold niya sa curl ng lashes. It's dual-ended, so it has a lash primer on one side, just like a clear lash primer. And the other side is the actual mascara. For this mascara, I'd say na it's more lengthening rather than volumizing because may mga fibers yung lash primer niya. It does help add with the length. It does hold up the curl better than the Keybest one, but over time, medyo bababa rin siya. I did notice that when I used this. Both of these are around the 100 pesos range, and this one is around 200 pesos, but I find that this is the best one that I've tried so far. 200 pesos siya sa Shopee. This is dual-ended. This is curling and volumizing. So this, I think, is the curling side. Ayan, no, medyo curled yung wand niya. And this is the volumizing side. And as you can see, medyo mas makapal yung wand niya. Ito talaga, na-impress ako kasi hindi siya katulad ng ibang mascara na I've tried na talagang bumababa agad. Medyo, I feel like mabigat yung formula niya, pero for some reason, as in talagang curled lang yung lashes ko. And it does kind of emphasize yung mga individual lashes ko. So I really like this one. And I'm going to use this one for today's look. So, for the base products, iisa-isahin ko na lang sila. For bronzer, yung mga marirecommend ko lang talaga is dalawa. The first one that I can recommend is this AOA Studio Perfect Pressed Finishing Powder. Lagi nyo lang nakikitang ginagamit ko to. I really like this for a bronzer kasi super pigmented, very warm, and it adds a nice like definition to the face. I think around 100 something na to sa Shopee kasi this is from Shop Miss A, and that brand is really well known for like selling only $1 makeup. Ito naman, this is the Stay Genius Pressed Powder. Ito naman, kapag sinotch, mas malamig. It's more cool tone. But honestly, I still use this for a bronzer. It just looks more gray kasi katabi niya yung AOA pressed powder. Pero yeah, I feel like this is a more neutral brown. You can use this for kapag tamad kang mag-contour and mag-bronzer, you can use this as kind of like a 2-in-1. For contour naman, the focallure bronze sculpt and bronze, yung 01 Maui and Opal, I also still really use that, but na-realize ko na super gray niya. Like, it's cool toned, like, beyond being brown. So, ito naman yung ginagamit ko ngayon is their new contour palette. I believe they only have two shades. And this is the darker one. I feel like this is just a little more brown, supposed to being on the purple side. I really like this. Super ganda niya. For blush naman, for beginners, I really recommend going for palettes rather than the individual pots. This one by Kami is a very good palette. More pinks tsaka reds siya. Ito may pagka-peachy orange yung color. Pero, yeah, for like the normal, kind of normal reddish pinkish blush tones, ito maganda to. I believe yung link na meron sa akin, you can buy it for 150 or 250. Pero yeah, you will get 6 colors of blush. Medyo malaki yung pots. Medyo mabigat din siya, tsaka may full-size mirror ka pa. But if you don't want something that looks this bright, I also have another option for you. Meron tong She1 Chestnut 6 color blush powder tray. This is again a recent purchase. Ito naman, mas lighter yung tones niya. Ito, hindi ko alam kung paano ko ito magagamit as a blush. Masyado siyang light. But anyway, the rest of the colors are really nice. Super muted. Mga muted pinkish browns. Ganon ko i-describe yung mga color niya. Ito talagang pink. Pero ito kasi, hindi sila kasing tingkad. Another thing that I should say is that hindi masyadong pigmented tong palettes na to, but then again, you shouldn't really, as a beginner, hindi ka dapat naghahanap ng pigmented na blush. Kasi it's really, really, really easy to overdo your blush. So, I prefer something like this na hindi masyadong pigmented pero nabibuild up yung intensity. That's it for the blush. Pero kung talagang on a budget ka and you don't want to look for individual kind of things like this, individual palettes. Meron naman akong contour palette na marirecommend. This is the Sweet Mint Sea of Falls. Ang dami ko nang nabudol nito. It's a good Shopee find. Nahanap ko lang siya. And I think I bought it for around 100 plus lang rin. It has 2 shades of highlighter, 1 cool tone to 1 warm tone. It also has 2 shades of blush, isang warm and orangey tone. Tapos ito naman isang pinkish cool pink tone. Ito yung actual na contour and this serves as the bronzer. Unlike other contours on the market, ito nakuha niya talaga yung essence ng pagiging contour kasi this is actually gray and this is actually warm. Unlike other contour palettes na parehas na warm tone yung contour and bronzer, na mas maitim lang yung contour kaysa sa bronzer, if you get what I mean. Ayan o, super intense. It's a really good highlighter shade. And maganda rin, super smooth yung finish ng mga powders. Tsaka super travel-friendly siya. Kasi may mirror siyang kasama and it's just a super kind of compact kit. If you want to go for a more affordable one, choose this one. So those are my picks for the contour, bronzer, and blush. For contour, I'm going to go in with this AOA Perfect Loose Powder. For contour, I'm going to go in with this, yung bagong contour palette ng Focallure. And then for blush, I'm going to use this kind of orangey color from the Kami palette.